Good morning, ma'am. We have Lieutenant Colonel Dara Garnto with us today, who is our 1st Infantry Division Equal Opportunity Leader.
Program manager.
Program manager. Thank you, ma'am.
Absolutely.
See, I'm not, I should do my research. And, we're here to talk about, the Army Heritage Day, which is coming up here soon, which sounds like, I've only seen a couple slides on it so far as the background planning side, no big deal. But if you can highlight for us today, like what that's about and what we're trying to celebrate.
Okay, so Army Heritage Month is actually a time for us to promote the Army values as well as unit cohesion, teamwork, and esprit de corps. And we do it every year in the month of June. So
perfect.
Ties in very well with D-Day, which we just celebrated, as well as Army Birthday.
Okay, so when we try to tie in just 1 month, but we're really trying to tie in cohesion all the time, but we just get 1 month to celebrate it. Okay, well that's awesome. So when you say, what are some of the like focus events, or what are some of the things that you really like that we try to highlight, right? Because the Army is a cohesive unit team, all the time, right? It's like a foundation of leadership and making sure that you have a good team. What are some of the things that you try to highlight this month, especially to kind of highlight, what units can do to celebrate our Army heritage?
So for this month, for this celebration, we're actually highlighting the achievements and contributions of 1ID for all of our wars and conflicts.
Okay.
So each of the brigades will actually come in and set up a table for each of the wars or conflicts, and they'll have memorabilia from the era there at each of the tables. So that's what we're highlighting for cohesion and teamwork and esprit de corps for this year's celebration.
So through the years, meaning all the way back to World War I. So there'll be somebody that kind of represents, shows up and says, hey, this is what we did here and there. And where is this event taking place at?
It's at the Riley Community Center.
Okay, and what day or what time?
It's going to be on the 26th of June from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Okay, so really, is there anything else going on outside? So outside of those things, where we saw, from World War I all the way up until present time, is there anything else going on that day or at the RCC?
Yep. So at the RCC, we'll have static displays. We'll have an Apache tank, Bradley.
Oh, awesome.
We'll also have some sustainment brigade assets out there, so everybody will be able to walk around and look at those. We also have lots of games for our family members and face painting. The 1ID band will be there.
So it's pretty all-inclusive event.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, that's awesome, to get everyone down there together like that. So whenever we do something like that, there's a lot of planning that goes involved, which I'm sure is super fun to do on the back end. So I guess, what's it like to, I guess you kind of have this idea of what you want to do, which is highlight 1st Infantry Division through the years, to put all this together, how, I guess what's the fun parts of that?
So fun is an odd term to use for planning for something this big. It's very stressful for us, just because I have a very small team. So
right.
We rely very heavily on our equal opportunity leaders throughout the installation. So they will be helping us out. We probably have 100 of them at least that are going to help us, because my team is only 7 people.
Yeah.
So we've been planning for about 5 months to get there, so making sure we have everything that we need on hand, as well as coordinating with MWR and
right.
all of our other organizations on the installation.
All of those people that work in the background all the time, just
yes.
As some people got to experience the concert, last week. So very, very awesome to get everybody together and to put on something like this for the soldiers, where they can go, or in families, obviously, to be able to go. And this is during Victory Week.
It is.
So obviously there's a bunch of things going on post that week, which, and then that Thursday to be able to highlight what we've done what we've done through the years. Sorry, I keep wanting to say through the years because I think that's kind of a cool event. What are some previous events that you guys have done to celebrate Army Heritage?
So every year we've done it. It's a little bit different this year, just with the change in the Army this year. So we're very focused on 1ID and our accomplishments, just to keep in line with what's going on in the world and in our country right now.
Awesome. So why? I guess I have a weird, curious question. So apologies if this comes off as weird. But why does this fall in the EO lane, as the EO program manager, to kind of put together the Army Heritage Day or Army Heritage Month events?
So Previously, it's been an event to tie culturally where we are as an Army and recognize culture in general. This year, however, we are focused on the Army culture versus our individual cultures.
Okay, that's understandable. So with that, we get to the period pieces that were you said each table is kind of a different thing. What is that gonna look like? I guess if that's a fair question. Like I know every unit might do it differently for whatever table that they have, but like what's the goal of what people will go in and see whenever they visit?
So they'll see specifically the Medal of Honor recipients from each era.
Oh, wow.
So we'll highlight them specifically and their accomplishments. We'll also have uniforms from the One ID Museum. They're going to come in and set up uniforms that we used during each of those eras.
Like actual wool, uncomfortable, hot
Yes.
uniforms. All right, let's make sure to turn the AC off that day.
Definitely make everybody suffer.
Just a little uncomfortable. Yeah. I mean, is the Army like a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit of
Right.
stress never hurt anybody?
Our family members can enjoy it too.
Oh, okay, fine. We'll turn
And the
it on.
communities.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, it's the full Army immersion experience there.
Yes.
And as always, I mean, getting the static displays out there for the kids and the families to jump on is always. I think that's always a great opportunity. I know my kids, it's like their favorite part. And then I'm, trying to tell them that there's no soft spot on that tank. So like, watch where you're putting your head because everything's gonna hurt.
Yes.
All right, man. Outside of the Heritage Day coming up here at the end of the month next week, a couple weeks from now. What other things goes on around the post to help support Army Heritage Month?
We're not doing anything.
We'll cut that out.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's good. Well, with that, ma'am, as we kind of close out here today, is there anything else that you would like to highlight from your point of view as far as anything going on the installation or even coming up here in the upcoming months that would be good for people to know?
I really just want to invite everybody to this celebration. For Army Heritage Month, we do want to make sure our community members know that they are more than welcome, and we'd appreciate them coming out to support and learn about our heritage as well. There's going to be lots of stuff to do, and I did want to highlight that the first 500 people do get a free t-shirt for coming out.
Perfect.
So coming early is definitely a positive.
Yeah, I'll make sure to cut in line. Well, and if anything, if there's anything about Fort Riley in our community, it's that they usually show up in force. I think this is one of the few places I've been to where, I mean, when you say like we're an actual community organization, like we back it up, and our community members back that up. Like I said, in force and in droves. So I'm super excited for the event, ma'am. I will actually be there because I will anytime anytime to be able to get my kids out there on like a helicopter or a tank, they yell at me if they don't.
Yes.
So
Let them come paint the horses and
you can
bounce houses.
paint the horses?
Yes.
Oh.
They do horse painting with the CG's Monocolor Guard.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'll be there and leave the kids because I want to make sure I get time to do that.
Put your handprints on them.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time today.
Yep. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks.